I started marketing or learning about marketing at university. I was enrolled in law and marketing, but didn't do so well in law, but decided that marketing was really my calling. And I left university and I went into broadcast television. I worked for a company in Dunedin before moving to Auckland and working with a company called Communicado. Communicado made some pretty riveting television, like Rachel Hunter's The Model Story, which was one of the top rating programs in New Zealand. But we also did a lot of work in broadcast, non-broadcast, TVCs, videos, corporate communications work. So I left Communicado, broadcast television, and I moved into an advertising agency. It was really similar in that you had clients and you had to produce videos or content. And I found myself in a direct marketing company, specifically with Young and Rubicam. And it's an awesome way to learn about how to change people's behaviour and how to find out what works and what doesn't work. Spending time in direct marketing meant that I had a really good insight into what would work in digital marketing, and there's a really nice connection around the strategy that works across both of those sort of practices or disciplines of marketing, and that's where I think the future is. And so it was a really good grounding and a really good start to have that. I spent time 10 years doing direct marketing. When I was working with Young and Rubicam, I was working in a company called Wunderman Cato Johnson, which is their direct marketing arm. And I got the opportunity to go up to New York to interview for a job. New York would be the epitome of advertising, success possibly, and well, certainly in my mind. And I looked at what they were doing up there and the time that it took to produce anything, and the distinct likelihood that any work I produced wouldn't actually make a television screen. I came home and I decided that I was really going to commit to the New Zealand market, that the job that I wanted when I came home from New York, because I always knew I wanted to live in New Zealand, wouldn't move me any further on. And I made a conscious decision to really commit to New Zealand and to get to know the businesses here and the people. I worked with Ogilvy. I had the opportunity to grow and start in their direct marketing arm, really, when I was 28. We worked with some amazing New Zealand businesses, like Farmers, which was awesome, and the start of something called the Beauty Club, which was many years ago now. I left there to join AIM Proximity. I was there for a couple of years, and then I went and set up my own agency in partnership. I left there and went back to Ogilvy, and then I went off to Saatchi's as General Manager. At Saatchi's, I went in, I was running Westpac brand. I was looking after a whole lot of other clients, including Television New Zealand, Hallensteins, Bend On for a time, Yellow Pages. I left Saatchi's about 3 years ago now, and I set up my own advertising agency because I just sort of felt that the time was right to do something a bit more integrated and to do it the way that I wanted to do it. And now I'm managing director of the brand agency and my agency called Rolfe. So years ago, when I went home for Christmas one year, my phone rang all the way through Christmas, and in frustration my parents said to me, you've got to learn to turn your phone off, and you've got to learn to relax more, and turn off from work. And I said to them, if we were driving down the road in a car and I said, stop the car, I want to paint a picture of that beautiful mountain, would you stop the car and let me do it? And they said, of course we would, that's art, and we get that. And I said, well, this is the same thing. If you're passionate about what you do, and if you care about it, and it fulfills you, right, and it doesn't hurt anybody around you, then that's a good thing. And to have that level of commitment to your work. One of the things I've done in my career is when I've started a job, I've kind of worked out as quickly as I can what it takes to do that job, and then I focus my energies on doing what the next job above me does as well. So, one of the things I talk about with the people I work with is a long game, and that's committing to something for the long term and sticking with it. So why do I do it? I do it because I think strategically it's right, and it really contributes to the success of a business. Having an understanding of the customer and doing everything you can to satisfy those needs. I love the impact you can have on a business and the results that you can see come from your activities. I do it because I love working with people. I love understanding the mechanics, the success factors sitting behind a business. I do it because it's a solid career, it has progression, it has a structure. To the value of marketing, I think it really allows us to focus on the customer at the heart of a business. And if, when I own my business and when I do my work, I always think about what my customers, my clients want and what they need from me. And I think, a discipline within my business, how I provide recommendation to other businesses, how I work at a governance level, that's what I'm bringing to the table. Marketing is an essential part of business these days. You can't operate without knowing what your customers want, what they value, what they're prepared to pay for your products and services. CIM through the Marketing Association is an excellent way to continue your education and growth and development in marketing. The courses and the environments that they provide people and experts in marketing to juniors in marketing is exceptional. And I was lucky enough to be involved with the Marketing Association board when we brought it through and brought it in. And I just think it's a necessary step, to stay current in your career and to be involved and to meet different people with different perspectives. So what I reckon the most important thing to do is to commit to it, to commit to learning as much as you can, to taking risks, to trying new things, to throwing yourself in completely into the industry and into the environment in which you decide to go. Don't be frightened. Commit yourself 100%. Throw yourself in and swim.